Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll give you my top 10 1970s horror movies of all time, in my opinion. So sit back, relax, and let the show begin. And number 10 is Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Released in 1974, this low-budget classic was extremely different from anything else released up to that point. It also gave birth to one of the most iconic slashers in horror movie history. It's a disturbing film about a cannibalistic family who kills and eats their victims. The look of Leatherface along with his chainsaw makes this movie chilling. It's low quality and there's some pretty bad acting, but this is definitely an iconic movie that deserves to be on my list. Number 9 is Burnt Offerings. Released in 1976 and directed by Dan Curtis, I love this 70s hidden gem. I'm sure this movie wouldn't make many people's top 10, but I love it. It's got a great cast, fantastic setting. It's the same house that was used in Phantasm. It's not really a mausoleum, it's a beautiful mansion. It's a slow burn, but if you like 70s horror movies that bring you along slowly, then this movie is for you. Number 8 is The Sentinel. Released in 1977 and directed by Michael Winner. This is another one I love that's in a similar mold of a Burnt Offerings. A great cast all around, wonderful locations around New York City, and it's also a slow burn similar to Burnt Offerings. I just love The Sentinel. It's actually mentioned in the movie The Burbs, where Corey Feldman asked Tom Hanks if he's ever seen the movie The Sentinel. It's a very cool movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Number 7 is Black Christmas. Released in 1974 and directed by Bob Clark. I love this classic Canadian horror movie. It's a very simple and effective story about a killer hiding in the attic of a girl's sorority house. Love watching this around Christmas. You can tell the opening POV shot of the killer inspired John Carpenter's opening for Halloween. It's a great little horror film that everyone should see at least once. Number 6 is Ridley Scott's Alien. Released in 1979, this is an absolute classic that everyone should already know about. I love the dark, tense atmosphere, and the makeup effects are top-notch. I love the look of the alien. It's a very frightening creation inspired by the paintings of H.R. Daigler. I love James Cameron's Aliens, but I prefer Ridley Scott's original for its suspense and tension. It's definitely a masterpiece in my eyes. Number 5 is The Exorcist. Released in 1974 and directed by William Friedkin, this is another masterpiece. I wish more people that made spiritual horror movies nowadays would look back on this movie and learn a thing or two on how to scare audiences again. It's got a terrific story, unbelievable acting, and makeup effects are top-notch. I also love the atmosphere and that iconic score. It just makes this one frightening experience. Number 4 is The Omen. Released in 1976 and directed by Richard Donner. I can't say enough good things about this film. I recently did a video of all the Omens ranked worst to first, and this definitely made number 1 by far. It's got terrific top-notch effects for the 70s, terrific cast, beautiful locations, and a haunting score that just makes this an instant classic. There's no happy ending either, just a haunting experience all around. Number 3 is George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Released in 1978, this epic is a real favorite of mine. I watched it with my dad when I was very young, and I still watch it today. I've seen it well over 100 times. I love the actors, I love the setting in the mall, and I love imagining being in their shoes and thinking about what I would do in that situation. It's just such a fun movie, I can't get enough of it. Number 2 is Don Coscarelli's Phantasm. Released in 1979, this fantastical horror flick still blows me away today. It's got great locations, fun characters, it's got an iconic score, just a unique little horror movie. Just goes to show you what you can achieve on a low budget if you have a clear vision. Most big budget movies today have no vision. This is a masterpiece in my eyes. Love it. Number 1 is John Carpenter's Halloween. Wait, hold on a second here. It doesn't say John Carpenter above Halloween. Let me fix that. John Carpenter's Halloween was released in 1978 and it was a game changer. It's not only my favorite horror movie, it's my favorite movie, period. Again, it's amazing what can be done on such a low budget, and John Carpenter is the king of low budget filmmaking. And Halloween is the perfect example. It's flawless, it's timeless, it's brilliant, and that music score is second to none. It's an absolute masterpiece. Anyways, so that's the list, guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.